Shalom, I'm Stacey Battat with PJ Library, and I figured I would read you another favorite book of mine, even though it does the people are able to be together in their apartment building for Shabbat. But what I love about it is that even though they came together, they each had their own special recipes from different cultures. So you're probably practicing all kinds of cooking at home, and it's really fun to try different Jewish recipes from different cultures and try that on Shabbat. So this one is called Chik, Chak, Shabbat. It's by Maria Rockcliffe and illustrated by Kristen Brooker. Every Saturday, a wonderful smell wafted from apartment 5A. So this family lives in an apartment, and they smell things outside the window. Do you ever smell your neighbor's food? Or what your mom's cooking or dad? The smell curled into apartment 4D, tickling Tommy Santiago's nose, and he played the tuba. It slipped into 3C, tempting Signora Belagali. She bustled around, dusting her teacups. And he crept under the door of 2B, tantalizing Mr. Moon. He sat typing in his new romance novel. That was an author. Even the Omar family on the first floor caught the swift. They sniffed the air and they smelled. At last, the door to apartment 5A flew open, and out stepped Goldie Simcha. Her face was shining like a silver moon. As her neighbors took their places at her table, Goldie gave them beautiful food, steamed ladles into their bowls. When they ate, they argued about what made Goldie's cholent so delicious. Senior Belagali said, "It's the tomatoes." Mr. Moon said, "Or the barley?" Little Lolly Omar piped up and said, "No, it's the potatoes." And the Santiagos all agreed it had to be the beans. But Goldie shook her head. "When I was a girl," she said, "I helped my grandmother get ready for Shabbat. All Friday afternoon, we rushed around, we cut the vegetables, swept the floor, dressed the table in a best lace tablecloth. Busy, busy. Hurry, we had to do it right away. Chik, Chak." In Hebrew, we actually say Chik, Chak for hurry up. But when the sun came down, my grandma lit the candles and Shabbat came in. For one whole night and day, we put aside the things that kept us busy all week. While the cholent bubbled on the stove, we spent time in a special way together. "I don't celebrate Shabbat like my grandma did," said Golda, "but every Friday afternoon, I put up a pot of cholent and I let it bubble through the night and the day. When it's done, it has a special taste that isn't the beans or the barley or the tomatoes or the potatoes. For me, it's cholent. It tastes like Shabbat." And all of her neighbors said, "Shabbat, what a good taste." On one Saturday, something wasn't right. Tommy's tuba played nothing but bad notes. Signor Belagali's teacup tumbled off the shelf and it smashed. And Mr. Moon hurled his pages of his romance novel across the room. Mr. Omar sniffed and sniffled, but he couldn't catch the whiff of the cholent from Goldie's apartment. At last, little Lolly Omar climbed up the stairs and she knocked on Golda's door. Goldie answered, her face buried in a tissue. "Friday afternoon, I was too sick to get the cholent on the stove. Now it's too late, so you can't make cholent in a hurry. Chik, Chak." What do you think's going to happen? Can you guys think about what happens when somebody else can't make food in the house? What happens in your house when someone is a little sick or not feeling well? Can we help them? No cholent for Shabbat? Tommy Santiago dropped his tuba. He heard that news. Signora Belagali's feather, her duster flew into the air. Her feather duster flew away. And Mr. Moon got so mixed up he put a monster robot in his romance novel. and it squashed the hero that he was writing about. On the first floor, the Omars frowned. "Oh, poor Goldie," said Mr. Omar. It won't be Shabbat for her." Little Lolly opened the fridge. "Potato curry isn't quite the same as chillin'," she said, "but it cheers me up." They like curry in their house. I like to make curry too sometimes. As the Omars climbed the steps with the potato curry, Mr. Moon came up with a tray too. It was his Korean barley tea. "Of course it's not chillin', but..." Senior Belagali squeezed out of the apartment. "Tomato pizza," she said. "It's not chillin', but she made them pizza." Tommy Santiago held the door of 4D open for his mom. "It's not chillin'," she said, "but everyone loves rice and beans." Golda opened the door and blew her nose and wiped her eyes and smiled. "Come on in," she said. They all brought her food when she was sick. Sometimes we have to leave the food for people when they're sick and we can't eat it with them. But at this place, her cold must have been a little bit better. She wasn't that contagious. Her neighbors took the places at the table. They filled up their plates. "We don't have to make anything special," Senora Belagali said. "We did have to hurry and bring it right away to you. So we made Chik, Chak, Shabbat," she said. "But here, now we are together." Golda took a bite of pizza and a nibble of curry and a mouthful of beans and rice, and she sipped the barley tea. She looked around the table, her face shining like a silver spoon, and she said, "I think this tastes exactly like Shabbat." So I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom, however you celebrate it. From PJ Library and the Jewish New Haven community, I'm Stacey. Bye.